Friday and get a Bud Light in your hand. Welcome to the Friday podcast here. Your boy Big Nasty on KSFA 860, KSFA860.com. Nothing better than a Friday with Eric Church in the background and a Bud Light in that hand. I'm not saying, I am just saying. Welcome in, welcome in. Once again, it's the Friday edition of the podcast here, brought to you by What a Burger. What a Burger, bringing you the Gary Ivins podcast every weekday right here on KSFA860.com. I'll give you a Preakness winner coming up in just a moment, but we want to hand out one more accolade to the head coach of the SFA Lumberjacks. Our man Brad Underwood took home the TABC, the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches, Coach of the Year Award last night down in San Antonio at their clinic. He's also won the Joe P. Paul, the nation's top first-year head coach, the Southland Coach of the Year, the NABC Division I Coach of the Year. Anything he could win, our man did win with that great run. He propelled the SFA Lumberjacks to and knocked down VCU in the first round of the NCAA tournament. So, again, Coach Brad Underwood, head coach of the SFA Lumberjacks, is your TABC, Texas Association of Basketball Coaches, coach of the year. Sticking with the basketball, we are down 2-4. Indiana, no problems with the Wizards last night, Thursday night, 93-80. David West led the way with 29 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, but Indiana as a team shot 53%. Flip side, the two guys that tote the mail for the Wizards, John Wall was only 5 of 16 and turned it over 16, and Bradley Beal 7 of 20. They both scored 28 combined points, but it took them 12 of a combined 35 to get there. That, my friends, is under 33%. Will not get it done. And Indiana wins it in 6. They'll move on to play the Miami Heat. The Heat will be at Indiana Sunday, 3 o'clock. ABC will have the coverage at 2:30, Indiana has lost game 1 of their previous 2 series, and I think Miami goes in there as a 2-point favorite and steals game 1, and Miami is a 4-1 favorite to win the series. So our official Bud Light NBA prediction, which, by the way, we gave you 2 more winners Thursday night. We said take both dogs on the road. Bark, bark. They were barking faux show. Because late last night, if you didn't stay up, Oklahoma City got on the shoulders of KD. Kevin Durant goes off for 39, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists, and the Clippers go down 104-98. Westbrook scored 19, but you got to like what you saw here. He only hit 4 of 15 shots. Saw he didn't have it. He turned his attention to dropping dimes, and that's what he did. 13 assists last night to go with those 19 boards, and they get the win. A couple things here. Oklahoma City had a 30-10 run towards the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter to put this thing to bed. But, boy, you go to free throws. And if this game was in L.A., mind you, the Clippers were 12 of 20. So not only did they only shoot 20 free throws, they missed 8 of them. Oklahoma City goes to the line 33 times, and they made 29. They make 17 more free throws than the home team does in the L.A. Clippers, and they win by 6. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You got that. So we got number 1 and number 2. At all the commotion, at all the drama in round 1, will the Clippers be able to get back despite David Spurn? Indiana looks terrible. After it's all said and done, 3 weeks in the NBA playoff action, we've got 1 and 2 in the East and 1 and 2 in the West. Again, Sunday, 2:30 ABC. Miami will be at Indiana. I'm taking Miami minus the 2. That'll be on ABC. Then Monday night, Oklahoma City will be down in San Antonio. San Antonio is a 4.5-point favorite. I am rolling with San Antonio, and we'll talk about this one on Monday, but I'm rolling with the Spurs in that one. But I'll tell you, Vegas is telling us it's a pretty much toss-up on that series. Remember, Oklahoma City won all 4 games from the San Antonio Spurs in the regular season. We'll see how that goes as we get ready for the big series. And, again, that'll be Monday night, 8 o'clock on TNT, San Antonio, Oklahoma City. San Antonio, 4.5-point pick in that one. So that's what's going on there. High school baseball game 1s for all the series were played Thursday night. And, boy, some surprises. Carthage was just woodshedded by Caldwell 15-1 in game 1 of that 3A regional quarterfinal. They'll play game 2 in Corsicana Saturday at 2 o'clock, game 3 to follow if Carthage can pull out the first one. Central Heights and Coach Ellis got a win over Kirbyville Thursday night over at SFA, 2-1. They will play Friday night, 7 o'clock down in Jasper in Game 2. And if they need a third game, it would be Saturday at 12 o'clock right here in Lufkin at Morris Frank Park. And, of course, the 1A, the region from you-know-what, has got the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 8 seeds in the state, all in the same region. That is correct. Well, Douglas, the number 1 team, we visited with head coach Eugene Lafitte on Thursday morning, and his Indians went out Thursday night and thumped West Sabine behind Barnum's pitching 11-1 in 5 innings. The number 1 team, Douglas, takes down number 8 West Sabine in 5 innings in Game 1. Game 2 is tonight, Friday night, at Morris Frank Park, 6 o'clock. And if West Sabine wins that one, they'll be back at Morris Frank Park tomorrow at 2. That is one of the regional quarterfinals. Harleton Thursday night beat Sims Bowie 3-2, so they take Game 1. Game 2 is in Marshall tonight at 6:30. Then on the bottom part of the bracket, number 2, Evadale. Thursday night, they beat Grapeland in a nail-biter 7-6. So Grapeland will need to win 2 Saturday afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock in Central with Game 2, and they'll need to win Game 3 immediately following that one. Now, number 3, Carlisle. The Price Carlisle Indians have no problem last night with Maud. They beat them 13-0 in 5 innings as well. They'll play tonight, 6:30, Game 2 up in Harmony in that one. If they have a third one, if it's needed, if Maud can pull out a win, they'll be back at it on Saturday as well. 5A Region 2, where the Panthers just missed out in the state playoffs. All teams from our 14 5A are gone. But a couple teams out of 13 5A still alive. Lake Travis, they beat Atascocita Thursday night 3-1 in Game 1 of that 3-game set. They'll be back at it this afternoon. And then Klein Collins, the state-ranked Bearcats, the state-ranked Tigers, they beat Austin Bowie, who beat the Woodlands last week 4-3. So they did get by, but it was a nail-biter. They'll be back at it. That was Game 1 of that series as well. So, again, a lot of baseball around the area going on tonight. And, of course, we got our good eye on the Douglas Indians. If they can get a win tonight or tomorrow, we'll probably be broadcasting Douglas Indian baseball for you starting next week over on Q107. So a lot of good stuff going on right there for sure. Now, the Preakness comes up tomorrow around 5 o'clock on NBC, the second leg of the Triple Crown. I'm not rolling with the favorite. I'm going with the guy that's got Rosado on the back of him. I like to go on, again, not a big horse racing aficionado, not claiming to be, just saying that when you get ready to sit down and watch the Preakness tomorrow, I think we all we watch the Church of the Kentucky Derby, and we'll watch the Preakness. And if the same horse wins the Preakness, we'll watch the Belmont Stakes coming up next month. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going with Ride on Curlin. You might go nasty. What's up? Just roll with it. 10-1 odds, little $10 wager, bring you back $100, bring you back a little hundy. Put you a little $50 win play show if you're going over to Shreveport this weekend, and see if it gets in the money for us. It's Ride on Curlin. That's how I'm rolling for our official pick here for the Preakness on Friday's podcast, as always brought to you by Whataburger, home of that cheddar, jalapeno cheddar biscuit in the morning. You will not want to miss it. If you try it once, you won't be able to get off of it. That is Whataburger bringing you the Gary Ivins Show here on our Gary Ivins podcast on KSFA860.com. Got a lot of OTAs over the weekend as well. The Cowboys and the Texans have their rookies in to camp this weekend. So I'm sure when we get back on Monday, we will have a lot to discuss about that. Why? Well, you just got to see. You see all these rookie signing deals, but again, none of that's set in stone outside that top round. So these OTAs, it's very important that they get their deal signed, get into camp, and start working toward, just like Savage, the quarterback for the Texans. He's already signed his contract. He's in camp. So going forward, he's going to be in a straight competition with Ryan Fitzpatrick for the number one deal. If he doesn't get his deal signed, then he misses the OTAs, then he misses the mini camps, then he won't be able to start working towards that. Well, Tom Savage didn't wait around. He signed his deal earlier this week. He will not miss a day of camp or practice for the Texans, and I think that's a pretty big deal, seeing that seems to be the quarterback that Bill O'Brien decided that he wanted to go after. So we'll see how all that runs down. Once again, we are right at 100 days till the NFL kicks off the 14 season with Seattle playing host to Green Bay on that second Thursday in September. I don't know about you, but in my Bart Scott voice, can't wait. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Well, that's going to do it as we get ready. Now, don't forget, I will be out at Morris Frank tonight watching those Douglas Indians taking on the number 8 West Sabine Tigers. They beat them last night 11-1. They are one win away from the regional semifinal, which will be coming up against either Harleton or Sims Bowie. Again, Harleton won game 1 of that series last night 3-2. And if that happens, we're going to jump on back of those Douglas Indians and hope we ride them all the way to Round Rock. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. NBA again coming up on Sunday. We got Miami minus the 2. I think they go in and take care of Indiana in game 1. In Oklahoma City Monday night. We'll wait and give you the official prediction on that. But I think the Spurs will take care of business. I say business for San Antonio, giving up that 4.5. That'll be Monday night. We'll definitely get into that when we get a little bit closer. Well, a little too loud. I love that Drink a Beer song by Luke Bryan, but that's not how we're wanting to close this bad boy up with. It's Friday. Ice Cube and Mike Epps. You know what they say in the movie. It's Friday. It is Friday. Get you a Bud Light in one hand and another Bud Light in the other. If you're ever going to two-fist it, Friday's the day to do it. We're brought to you by Bud Light. Thanks for tuning in to our podcast here on a Friday. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the basketball and, of course, the high school baseball playoffs as well. We will see you bright and early, 5 a.m. Monday morning to recap it all right here on KSFA 860 and KSFA860.com.
All you gotta do is put a drink in